One of the questions that's often asked by teams is around budget and how do we come up with a budget for the solution that we're looking at? So the whole idea in terms of a financial literacy topic here is budget forecasting because you're going to get asked how much does your recommendation cost? And you need to be able to provide a budget for that initiative. In a lot of cases, you won't have enough information in terms of the money that can be invested from the cost savings, and you may not have some experience with that, but you can gain that from doing a variety of cases to learn about different industries, different projects, what those projects look like, the cost of those projects, and those types of things. And also doing other research and doing this prior to the competition in terms of learning about the cost of things and that type of thing, and how does that compare for a medium-sized company to a large company, etc. You also, when you do this, you have to talk about one-time and ongoing costs. And what I want to do is really sort of show you the idea that you want to show that the budget is realistic. It scales to the company that you're talking about. It gains interest from the audience that you're talking to because that audience, it's large enough for them. So if you're talking to the CEO, there's a large enough project that is going to make sense in their mind in terms of the investment is worth it, or the investment is at least worth listening to. So if we've got a medium-sized airline here that's moving to online ticketing and they need $100 million to make this happen, you have to start to think about how do we find that 100 million tickets? And if there's $100 savings per ticket, then we need to find the million tickets that need to be sold to cover this cost. And we can make some assumptions to help us along here. In this case here, we've determined that an airplane on this airline on average carries 100 people. So that's 10,000 full flights of online purchase tickets. We also have to then sort of, what does this look like in terms of the company? What does it look like in terms of routes? What does it look like in actual numbers? And do these numbers make sense for this company in order to make that $100 investment? And we can also look at it here. We've focused on 5 routes that have 10 flights each day. What happens if we spread that across more routes? How much easier will it be to find that money? So thinking about those types of things. You can also do it in terms of looking at budget. So typically, in a lot of companies, about 3% of the total budget goes to IT. This airline made $6 billion. So that implies in this case, it has about $100 million to spend on current IT infrastructure. Can you divert some of that to a project like this is one of the questions, because this is 55% of their annual IT budget. Or does this company have specific pots of money that can be associated with a project that's going to help them in terms of some cost savings down the road, etc. And again, the whole idea here, to sort of make that long story short, is you want to take some time to walk yourself through the problems in a step-by-step approach so that you can really sort of substantiate in your minds and then potentially in your audience's mind that this is the right amount of funds, and it's the right amount of funds without looking financially irresponsible in terms of how those are being spent.